Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and it's been a while um, actually being on this channel, and I wanted to touch on a topic that really struck me. I had a really spiritual moment last night, and I feel like this could be something that can be for many people, especially those who go through very emotional moments that grew up not knowing how to control their emotions. Their emotions were their fuel when they were younger. Their parents never, their parents fueled them. Their parents groomed them to fuel on their emotions, is the best way I can put it. In this situation, it involved something where I noticed the universe after meditating for a while, and I remember asking the universe, what is it that's keeping me behind to always be in so much anxiety? And I've read about like two books recently that touched on this, and one was Neuro Knowledge's I forgot the title of the book. And another one was titled Don't Believe Everything You Think. And I know you've seen that one because it was very popular on TikTok Shop. And I think it is, still is. But when I basically was trying to go through all this, read books and touch on certain topics like on Google or on TikTok, and trying to find out like what is the anxiety part, because I'm getting everything I want, and I have my calm moments, but for some reason I started to notice it was a bit toxic, that despite my higher self always being present, my lower self still had like a lot of power over my higher self. And I noticed that was a problem, because I'm reading all these books that's don't pay attention to your thoughts, don't pay attention to this, don't pay attention to that, but they never get into the core reasoning of these emotions, anxiety, fear, and what's another one I could say? You know, um, the anger, emotional outbursts, uh, not even completing things that you promised yourself you was going to complete through the day because you're stuck in this agitating overthinking thing. You're thinking like, how can I even get this done when this is going to happen? How can I even focus on my life when I'm always going through something? But we never actually realize saying those things, that you're asking basically the right question. It's like you're treating saying these things as like, oh, it's like you're just only in this mindset of, I always go through something. How could I actually enjoy life? Why was I here? Why was I put here? Why wasn't I, you know, other words, why did my parents get rid of me? Why, what's the point? Why are we all here? Just to suffer? Like, it's like we think all these things, but we never look at the true meaning of what life is, because it's too many distractions. It is too many distractions and not enough answers to why all these distractions are here. And I feel like that's why in Buddhism you're always taught, go inside, because the answer is always there. And that's the core thing to understanding your emotions. At first, when I was younger, I wasn't going to understand that, of course, because I was just put here. But the more I grew into a woman, it's in having that moment last night, especially, and sitting there reflecting. And I'm going to say, Nero's book and the Don't Believe Everything You Think book so far is, I want to say, it at least got me to the step of opening my mind to understand myself. I respect not getting the full answer, because there was a lot of answers on other things, but that answer that I've had to realize last night was only in myself. And all these emotions, anxiety, fear, worry, and are overthinking the future, or regretting the past, It's all there for a reason. It's just to teach you. Your mind is not against you. Your mind is begging. Your mind is like a child. And what I mean by that, you know, when children, especially babies, act when they cry because they're hungry, they have a bunch of emotional outbursts because they don't know how to express the answer yet, because they haven't fully awakened. They're new here. And our mind still stays in that, many of us. And that is the true reason why many of us are just sitting here wondering, how can I do this if I have to work? I have to pay bills. I have to do this, I have to do that. We are actually trapped in our own reality. And I know a lot of people are tired of hearing that, because when I used to hear it, I just used to like kind of be like, what do you mean I'm trapped in my reality? This is reality. Nope. What you're going through is not your reality, especially if it makes you miserable. It's trained. You were groomed to think that. Your parents were your God. Your auntie and uncles were your God when you were younger. And sadly, they failed. They failed you, but that doesn't mean be angry at them, because they were failed as well. It's just a cycle of failure. It's something that you have to confidently break out of. And that's what I had to literally learn last night. Like, I'm not panicking because the situation is actually scary. When I think about it, I've panicked my whole life about everything that went right, or I manifested to go wrong on my own, because I panicked so fast. I tried to do everything quickly and ended up crashing. I've never sat there at all. And that's one thing I've kept in my mind after reading Nero's book, is sitting there with yourself. Not running to music, not running to people, not running to a reality created in your head, not running to any of that. And it's scary at first when it's so fresh and new, because you're just like, what I see right now, it's scary. Like, what's going on right now, this isn't right. I don't want to be here. But it's only how you're viewing the world. And I'm going to admit, it's some crazy things that are going on out here. But if you actually think about it, we're all mentally in our own worlds, our own universe. We are all mentally in our own worlds. That's why you have some people suffering in the midst of some people that's watching the news and having a panic attack. Because that person that's happy, they're not paying attention to that world. They're not in that reality. And they don't sit there and wish and wish. If they could help, they'll do it. If they can't, they focus in. They go within all the time. The people who panic, they doom scroll. They do everything instead of getting to know inside truly, why is this emotion craving even worse things like anxiety. Anxiety leads to doom scrolling more than it leads to you sitting to yourself, quiet room, sitting to yourself, letting the thoughts run. It wants you to escape it because it wants to stay. It wants to jump out at you. It wants to scream boo. It wants to scare you, because if it scares you, it gets to stay. It's like a spider in your room. Literally like a spider. Like a spider that's just in the corner, and it's seen that you seen it. You ran off and you're trying to get something, or to kill it, or you're trying to get away from it, and it just continues hiding in your home. You have to sit with everything and strategize, or not be scared of anything. Don't be scared of anything, because life is a journey. Life isn't supposed to be familiar. If it is, you must have been reincarnated or something. Or you know what you're doing. You're on a right vibration of being understanding that this is a journey. And many of us wasn't taught that this was a journey. This is a life journey. This is a journey to learn yourself, to detach, to lose yourself, to kill your old version. That's all this is. And enjoy life. And back to the emotions. The emotion I sat with, I had to sit there and realize, like I mentioned earlier, I think I'm not in fear because of the situation. I'm in fear because I'm familiar with only my past of losing. I'm familiar only with being blind. I'm familiar with only seeing that fear was the only moving lifestyle that was in my family. And I thought growing up, so all we have to do is keep running because everything bad's going to happen. Or even if we were running, something bad is still going to happen. We're cursed. It's our last name. It's this, it's that. In religion, Christianity especially, it can really lead you down a rabbit hole because Christianity really makes monsters inside of your head. Those demons that they speak about, and I used to speak about, it was all an entity creation from our own power that we hold within. And I've created so many demons. I've also caught so many demons from people because it looked real. Until I realized this was all just a mental game. And it's sad, honestly, because it's still running strong. It's running pretty strong. You have a lot of people that's defeating themselves, that's thinking they're in reality doing this, and it's all mental manifestations. But that's what I have to add the emotions in that pot, because religion really plays on your emotional well-being. When you're a kid and you're like, Mom, I'm scared because I watched that scary movie last night, and instead of you getting a proper comfort, you can sleep in my bed, or there's nothing in there. It's just the movie you just watched. I'll go in there and sleep with you, or any type of calming thing. It's just straight to the aggressive prayers, the Lord, I speak your name in this house, and I do this and that, and I struck that demon out of this. And it's just like, it's scaring the kid. The kid's adrenaline is like, wait, it's more people it's more oh my God, sorry. It's more things in this world, like, that I have to defeat. Like, I'm just this tiny child. Why? Oh my God, why am I here? Do I have to defeat these real monsters? It's like their emotions are not even able to mature, but it's decreasing your emotional intelligence. And I was victim of that. And sometimes especially yesterday, until I've had that awakening moment, I've had another trigger. And you guys, I know many of you know the how can I put it, it's like something people do now, like these days, to where they stay in other frequencies' lives instead of fixing their own, and blame that frequency for being the reason why they're not far. And I've had a loved one do this to a celebrity recently, saying that this celebrity stole their life and is doing witchcraft on them. And I was just like, I see you mess up yourself a lot, and and this is in my head. I'm just thinking like, oh brother, like, you will never recognize you have to go in. No celebrity is able to mess up your life. No human is able to mess up your life unless you give them the power to. And what I mean by that is, if you see the celebrity go perform and you just fucked up writing your little song, you're going to only think and give that person power that they never asked for. This is why I can't write. They're ciphering off of my energy. Like, it gets really scary. And I feel like I honestly wished we had more Buddhism taught in households, especially black households, because the blame game is really strong out here, and the blame game is being manifested heavier to where it's looking like truth in their reality. Like, they don't know, these people don't know they're controlling all of this. And it's not in the sense of telekinesis, but it's more of just they're speaking so much into existence, it's looking real. And it's sad, honestly, because it's a popular thing to do amongst many. But kind of got off subject a little. But that's what I kind of mean about the whole emotions are basically leading us all along. It's our main manifestation. It's because emotions are vibrations. They're like I mentioned in the beginning, they're teachers. They're really important to us for this journey. And when you go deep inside, that anxiety you just had because you looked at this, or because this is getting done, or this will happen soon, or I won't have enough for this soon, go deep inside, because it's not the truth. Deep inside, you were programmed. And it's not always with people. Sometimes you programmed yourself because it always looked true. Because you never forgive. The one situation, you make that situation that was negative to you a part of your personality trait. And that's what would basically happen to me when I had like strong anxiety and thoughts that were haunting me. I never went truly in. And after doing that last night, and I hope who's ever watching this, please do the same thing. Go in, sit there, learn. Your emotion is your teacher. It was never your enemy. It was only there to teach you what to heal. It's not in a sense, I have anxiety, so let me heal my bad anxiety. No. Think deeper. Don't strain. It'll come to you naturally. But just sit there and sit there. Don't run from the thought. Treat it like that spider. Stare it down. Let it leave on its own, because it has to quiet down eventually. And then next thing you'll know, your strong, humble intuition will speak to you. It's just so quiet because it's humble. Your lower self is loud. It's ready. It's just ready to throw anything at you, because it's like, I want to stay. I want to stay. I'm scared to leave. It's scared just like you. And then next thing you know, when you realize you sat with that emotion, you'll hear, oh, my anxiety started only because this and that and this and that. I forgot when I was a child, I was always in survival mode, so I was always just in protective mode. Let me step out of this reality I've let glue to my identity. I don't have to be in survival mode anymore. I don't have to help. I don't care how true it looks with my eyes. That's because I'm only keeping it alive with what it's feeding on. Fear, anger, people as well. Someone you know, you just, at this point that you just got used to it. Like, I'm going to argue with such and such today when I see him. I just know it. The universe is only always going to listen to you. Always is going to listen to you. It's just following the script you gave it. So just know you have the power to step out of all of this. And also strongly know your emotions are your friend, and they will remain your friend. So it's really that simple, and it's something that I will gladly just always tell someone about that's dealing with this, because you know I've had friends that have dealt with this. You know, anxiety runs wild these days because it's a it's like an STD. Like, it's passed to everyone and everywhere, and people are having children with low emotional intelligence, or they're only stuck with this one mindset that they're just thinking, oh, I have to just buy my kids, I just have to be there, I paid a bill for them, so I'm a good parent. And they never think like, I'm scaring my child, or it's always, I'm teaching my child about reality. No, you're teaching a child about your reality. You're teaching your child about your emotional intelligence. You're teaching your child about how unemotionally aware you are. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching this video, and please take everything in if it resonates. I just want everyone to feel better, because you know I've been in your situation before countless times of wasted life. Well, not wasted life, but wasted certain ages of my life with just being so prepared and unaware of my emotions, trying to run from them and wasting time with feeding that emotion instead of healing it. And you guys can do that. You can heal.